What's happening, everybody? This is Steve with the MrBigKid channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for tuning in. This video is actually going to be a really basic video. We're not going to do anything fancy. This video is intended for people that either just got a Pit Boss pellet grill and don't know how to use it, or it's intended for people that just aren't very familiar with grilling in general, some basic fundamentals. We're going to cook some sirloin steaks that are nothing fancy. They're like a bulk pack steak that we got at our local grocery store. They're not really well marbled. They're pretty plain steak, but it's kind of cool to do that in a video too. So everyday food, we're not always eating ribeyes. Well, we try to if we can, but we're not always doing fancy cooks. We're not always doing briskets and barbecue. Sometimes we're just doing some cheap sirloin steaks. That's what we're doing today. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you know when I'm making new content. Let's get going. We're gonna start with just putting some quick little seasoning on the steak, some salt and pepper. Then we're gonna fire up the Pit Boss 820 pellet grill, let it get up to temperature. Then we're gonna throw the steaks on. We're gonna do a little reverse sear on it today, meaning we're gonna have that sear plate open. We're gonna be cooking with the chamber temperature at around 225 up until the internal temperature of the steaks hit about 125. From there, we're gonna crank it up to about 350 degrees on the grill, let that get up to temperature, then we're gonna sear the steaks on each side to get a nice little reverse sear on it. Let's get started. For this cook, we're using some real simple ingredients. Ingredient number one is gonna be coarse Mediterranean sea salt. Number two, we're gonna be using ground white pepper. This is one of my absolute favorite ingredients. It's a lot spicier than black pepper and has way more flavor. It's almost a musty, stinky, smoky flavor. It just tastes good, and my family's been using it before I was born, so I love white pepper. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use some of that Mediterranean sea salt and just get some sprinkled on there. You can feel free, go crazy, because a lot of this salt is gonna burn off and melt off. So when you put it on, don't rub it in, just pat it in. And then we're gonna follow that by some regular old white pepper. Pat that in as well. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure the hopper inside the pellet grill is full. Today we're gonna be using some Traeger brand signature blend pellets. So this is a mix of hickory, maple, and cherry. Pretty much good for everything. So let's dump that inside the Pit Boss hopper, and then let's get it fired up. Every time you start up your grill, open the lid first, and then start the grill on smoke. I heard you can also start it on 200 as well, but you want to start it on a low setting. Now you just wait for ignition and close the lid. So while the pellet grill is getting started up right now, basically what's happening is, since I just cleaned my pellet grill out, it's taking those pellets that are inside the hopper and it's feeding it into a burn pot inside the grill chamber. Now that burn pot is gonna have a pile of pellets in there, a little rod that gets really hot that ignites the pellets. Once the pellets all accumulate inside that burn pot and they are actually ignited, basically what happens is the air, there's these fans that kick in, you can actually hear them going right now. The fans kick in and then they get the pellets hot, and that's how the grill modulates its temperature, by feeding pellets and airflow. So the reason that it's important to keep the lid open with the Pit Boss, or with any pellet grill for that matter, is wood gas combusting is actually flammable and explosive at some points. So there's actually been reports and stories of people's grills blowing up when you have the lid closed and the initial ignition. The gases that the pellets and the wood releases when it ignites for the first time or smolders, whichever. So always keep that lid open when you're igniting the grill. You can see right now we have smoke coming out of the grill, and when that smoke clears and you hear those fans go high speed, that's when you know you can close the lid and then set it to your temperature. I can actually hear those fans kicking on right now. Let's see if we can hear it get louder. You guys hear that now? We have ignition. I'm gonna go close the lid, set the temp to 225, and get ready to throw those cheap old steaks on. So I have just a real simple temperature probe right here. I'm gonna take that and put that in the center of the thicker of the steaks. There we go. Now we're just gonna throw them right on the grill, wait till the internal temp hits 120 degrees. There we go. I'm gonna throw some other stuff on the grill too. Don't be alarmed. The internal temp of the meat right now is 60 degrees. It's been sitting out for a little bit when I was marinating it and all that stuff. Right now it's 455, so let's see how long it takes to get those internal temps up to 125. All right, so the steaks right now are at about 124 internal temperature, and the time, it's 5:30 exactly. So about 35 minutes. I think I said it was 455 when we threw them on. So from 60 to 125, about 45 minutes or so. Not too bad. We're gonna pull the steaks off the grill right now, kick the temperature up to 350, wait for it to get up to temp, then we're gonna sear the steaks on the open flame, probably for no more than 45 seconds to a minute on each side. Let's do it. All right, we are up to 350. Let's get some searing done. Nice little sizzle right there. So these steaks were pulled off the grill and they've rested for about 5 minutes or so. So let's cut into this guy. So I'm gonna separate, that's just a piece of fat separating it. And let's see if we hit the temperature of medium to medium rare. That's a medium. You got some pink in there. That looks pretty good actually. Let's cut off a slice and try it out. A little bit. We have a steak. Let's see if we can look at it a little bit here. Looks good. Nice little pinkness in the middle, a little red. All right, let's try it out. Not bad. Tasty. For a steak that's been frozen, sat in the fridge for a few days, nothing special, just a sirloin cut. Really nothing special about this steak. It tastes pretty good. It's nice to be able to transform a cheap cut of steak into something delicious. Hope you guys found this video helpful or interesting, entertaining, all of the above. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like my content, if you like this video, please leave a comment below, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you know when I'm pushing out new videos. Thank you all so much for watching. Have fun barbecuing, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll see you.